Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. In case if you own a Super Tenere, I would highly recommend you to watch this video. Behind me, this is my Yamaha Super Tenere which I have stripped down. This bike was not running fine for the past 1 month and there was a slight hesitation in the throttle and then the engine used to cut off as well. So I thought I'll look into the problem myself instead of giving it to the garage, and in case if you are newbie to these motorcycle stuff, I would highly recommend you to do it yourself rather than giving it to the garage, because there are certain things which the garage people won't do and only you can do, and you can look after your own bike. This task seems to be a bit intimidating, but it is not. If I can do it, you can do it as well. This is not my trade. I just do it. I watched all the videos on YouTube as well as I gathered some information on internet. So I have all the information and tips and tricks over here which I will go through, and I'll show you how to do it. So the problem was with the ignition coils of this particular motorcycle, and I hope it is that. So I've taken out the ignition coils and I'll quickly go through the procedure of how to take out the ignition coils and to check if this problem is happening to your bike. I'll turn the camera around and I'll show you now. First, to get to the ignition coils, you have to take out the right hand side panel with the 4 self-locking screws which are in these 4 places. The panel is right there, and then you have to only loosen the left hand side panel. You don't have to take it out fully, so you can lose these 2 screws, and then you have to loosen this screw as well from here, and then the panel opens up. Then you have to lift the tank by removing these 4 bolts which are mounted, 1, 2, and the same on the other side as well, 3 and 4. And then all you have to do is lift the tank up, and then I have to use this ratchet strap to hold the tank in place so that it doesn't fall on me. And when you're lifting the tank up, it is very important that you loosen these 2 hoses which are connected over here. So just release them from this clamp over here, and you should be able to lift the tank up. Make sure that all the hoses are loose and you don't break anything. And once you take the tank up, you have to take out the air box. I have taken it out already. It is resting right here. So to take out the air box, you have to take out 1 bolt over here and 1 more over here. And then you have to take out this particular hose which is routed this way and it is connected over here to the air box. And you have to take out this particular connector by pressing this tab, and it should come off very easily. And then you lift the air box out of the way, and then that will give you the access to the 4 ignition coils which are over here. Now the thing is, I have taken them out already. I will show you the state of them in a minute. So on the internet, people say that you can use silicone around the ignition coils, but I would recommend not to do so, because this bike had the silicone around the ignition coils and I could not take them out. So if I may show you over here, a brand new coil looks somewhat like this, okay? And this mushroom cap, they say that you have to put silicone around it, but please don't do it. You will have to go through a lot of procedure to take it out, and it is a pain. We were struggling for around 2 hours, me and my father-in-law, and it was not very easy to get to them. So I will show you those ignition coils which came out. So clearly speaking, the silicone which was there did not help. Look at the state of this coil. This one as well. So this was the cap, which was around it, and there was silicone around it. So I had to literally take these pliers and destroy the mushroom around it and pull the connectors out, but still they did not help. Look at that. And this is the condition of the spark plugs. Disastrous. No wonder my bike was not running fine. So what I have done, I used a lot of WD-40, sprayed around this area, and I took out those ignition coils. So now I have cleaned up this area, and of course when you take out the silicone falls into the holes where the ignition coils are as well. So what I have done is, this is my Dyson vacuum which I use inside the house. So I made this makeshift hose and connected that with some masking tape over here. I used this to take out all the debris which was inside the coils. So now I will go through what I've done to this coil before it goes into the bike. First of all, the problem is with this particular plate which is in here. It's a metal plate, and this is what rusts, and that rust gets into the injector coil. So what I've done is I've covered this with the ACF 50. On top over here, if you may see, I have applied some white on O-rings. They are 75 Shore. That means they will get compressed when I'm going to insert these ignition coils, and on top I have applied this particular cable tie so that the water doesn't ingress. So, but before I put it on, what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply some grease in this area as well, and after that I'm going to apply some grease on top as well over here. So I'm going to use this waterproof grease. It clearly says that it can keep the salt away. So I'm going to use this grease on this new ignition coil before I place it in. And then I'm going to use some copper grease around the spark plugs as well before they go into the bike. So folks, what I'm doing is I'm placing these ignition coils in the bike now using this iPhone waterproof grease. This can withstand heavy temperatures as well. So what I've done is I have applied this around this mushroom over here and even on top in these areas over here so that no water gets in whatsoever. Now I'm going to place it back into the bike, and I've checked it already, it sits perfectly. So I'm gonna put this is the first coil which I'm going to put in. So folks, there you go, the bike is put together. So one more thing I could not show you on the video, that you have to put some extra grease around the connectors where the ignition plugs go in. Put some extra grease around them so that the water doesn't go anywhere near them. So let me switch on this bike, the moment of truth, and there you go. Sounds so much better. Wow. Sounds so much nicer. There was a tick 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 noise which was existing before, and it's gone. So folks, I hope you have enjoyed this video. In case if you have liked it, please do not forget to leave me a like and to leave a comment if you want to know about anything else. A couple of things which we have to learn from this video is do not use silicone around the ignition coils, and use some grease and the white on O-rings. I'll put the specifications on the screen over here and before as well. So thank you very much. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.